Attorney General Letitia James couldn't stay out of the spotlight. She's gotten herself into more hot water for her alleged mortgage fraud. My next guest is the senior member of the Council for National Policy and the president of Judicial Watch. We're happy to have Tom Fitton join us to talk about this case. Good to have you on, my friend. Tom, long time, my friend.
Hey, Eric.
Let's cut right to it. Is there a chance we can see Letitia James in cuffs in a perp walk?
Maybe. I mean, certainly she's now going to be subject to a serious criminal investigation, at least with respect to fraud related to her properties in New York and I think in Virginia. And the charges against her, the concerns about her misconduct, really almost literally mimic the fake charges and concerns she raised about what President Trump supposedly did with his properties and his businesses up in New York. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. There are serious claims here. Now, she may have defenses. I don't know. I don't want to say she's, quote, guilty. That's what the left does. But certainly she should be, if the American people are going to be assured that justice is applied fairly and equally, be subject to a serious criminal investigation, as has been recommended by a substantial federal agency, the FHFA. They don't send these things over lightly, and she's a senior government official, so there's going to be added scrutiny as to what she did and the representation she made as to whether they were false or not, in a way that benefited her mortgages and her tax status.
Do you think?
Her tax liability. Yeah.
So there's a criminal referral from that housing department. Justice Department will pick, Pam Bondi will pick it up and decide to prosecute. I'm guessing it'll be a yes. I don't know. I take yes. I make odds on yes. Criminally as well as, is there possible for civil lawsuits against her as well? Can Trump sue her civilly?
Oh, that's a good question. And I don't know if there's a civil remedy that the Justice Department or the FFHA have on this. Certainly, if there are crimes associated at the federal level, the question is, are there state-level crimes as well, or civil crimes, either in Virginia and New York? So you raise a good question. And I want to take a step back. What also she should be under criminal investigation for, and everyone else who I believe she co-conspired with, is the deprivation of President Trump's civil rights under color of law. And that's the collusion and conspiracy and criminality that should be front and center for this Justice Department and FBI, or whoever is designated to investigate it by President Trump, which is what I recommend he do, which is to have a special counsel investigate the lawfare against him that nearly destroyed our country.
Tom, some of the things she's accused of doing are just blow me away. Number one, at one point she said I believe it's her Virginia property that was her primary residence. Meanwhile, she was the Attorney General with her office in New York, and she was there every day. And then name some of the other. Didn't she say that she was married to her own father to get some sort of sweetheart loan in another deal? Tell us some of her crimes.
Eric, that was an accident. Her property up in New York, there's a question about whether she reported the actual number of units there in a way that saved her taxes, right? If the accurate number was given, she would have had a more significant tax liability. So this is exactly what I shouldn't say exactly, but it's unlike what she accused Trump of doing, which is basically getting loans that he paid back and pretending that what he filed in those papers was wrong, when in fact they weren't. There's specific things that are alleged here that were specifically wrong, and she's personally responsible for. None of that was true with Trump, yet she wanted to destroy his companies over it. And similarly, she should be subject to the same type of scrutiny in the least.
So Biden, with all those pardons he handed out, he didn't hand out a preemptive pardon to Letitia James?
Who knows? Maybe there's one in his drawer. Maybe he's keeping it in his garage in Delaware. We just haven't found it yet.
Just look in the corner in that box behind the Corvette. What blows me away is that she said that Mar-a-Lago is worth $18 million, and Trump was like, "Are you kidding me? The one parking spot in Mar-a-Lago is worth $18 million." And then she played the same game with values of properties to get sweetheart loans. So I got to think, Tom, you're a lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer. Not a lawyer.
I thought you were. All right, be a judge for a minute then. You think she's guilty? And this is just pure speculation, folks. I mean, we can do this. We can play this. Do you think she can be convicted of the things that she tried to convict Trump of?
Based on the evidence that's been presented, there's a basis for a criminal prosecution and an investigation. And she may say, "Look, the paperwork you have is incomplete, and this is the complete paperwork, and it shows I didn't engage in any fraud."
Yeah.
But if the charges are borne out, the question is, why won't she be prosecuted? If the evidence is as has been presented she's been presented to the Justice Department, I don't think they have any choice but to pursue this.
I want to see her on a stand the way we saw Fani Willis on the stand, and I just want them to grill her the same way they did Fani, and Fani broke, and I think Letitia James will broke too. Just the Trump derangement syndrome fever might be worth the price of admission. Tom Fitton, always good to have you, my friend. We'll get you back again
Good to be with you. Yep, thank you.
All right, folks, 2.5. We'll be right back.